Welcome to Subramani. I was just wondering whether it is a coincidence that in the month of April is considered to be the National Financial Awareness Month. I think they keep changing the nomenclature. Now it is called National Financial Capability Increasing or something like that. Earlier it was called Financial Literacy Month. Now it's called National Financial Capability Month. Right? This is April, and I am sure it is just a sheer coincidence that 1st of April is April Fool's Day, because I do not know how useful this whole exercise in financial education is. Because I was reading a paper which spoke about high quality financial education in improving the American financial capability. Now that's again very high sounding. We do not know with how much resources they really back it up, and unfortunately or fortunately, a lot of these initiatives are backed by the financial services business, and the financial services business is not exactly looking to educate you too much, because they don't want you to see through some of their games that they play. So having said that, I was then seeing the fraud charges on another, I think her name is Charlie Javis, and she is of course denied these allegations of saying she fudged the number of users. That's very clear that she was running an app called Frank, which was meant to help kids get into college. I'm not getting too much into the details. What she did was, did she scam people? No, she was not scamming people. She was running a good service which had 300,000 users. She just scammed that. She made it look like, using a data scientist or data specialist, she made it look like 4.25 million. So what happened was, she got a very good valuation, and the person putting money into it was none less than JP Morgan. My take on this whole thing is, if JP Morgan can be fooled by creating data showing 4.25 million users versus 300,000 real users, what would happen to people like us who depend on influencers or finfluencers who tell you that they have got 1 million users, 2 million users, and their model is to make money by reaching out to you and me, right? So their model lies in you subscribing to them, you increasing your stake with them, you doing some work with them, right? So maybe they're talking of 1 million users, maybe they're talking of please enroll for us for 999, for 9999, whatever. And they're using all these kind of tools, Reddit, TikTok, YouTube, right? All these tools are available to them, and none of them is regulated. The regulator can't reach out to all of this and try regulating, because there are just too many videos by too many people. So they put for themselves some kind of a limit, saying okay, 1 million users or things like that. So people like me would never come in their radar. I've got 50,000 or 57,000 subscribers or followers, whatever they're called, and that's it. So can you really believe all the claims that they make? So I don't know what criteria you should use, but you should largely use criteria of saying, have you made money in the market, or are you just marketing the walk? Are you walking the walk or walking the talk, or are you just marketing the walk which other people may have taken, right? So you go read up a few books, do some cut paste work, maybe write your own book, maybe write your own blog, create your own videos, and there are enough followers who will fall for it. If JP Morgan can fall for a numbers game like this, at 300,000 is made to look like 4.25 million, that's a nice exaggeration, right? So anybody can do it. So how do you decide to trust a influencer? Is the question to ask is, have you made money in the market by trading or by investing? What is the proof, right? So it's very difficult to find proof, and people are not really keen to give proof. I love this truth about investing, that when you take a fund manager and you take the fund manager's track record, whether it is a Prashant Jain, Naren, Roshi Jain, whatever, all those people, you have a track record and say, okay, this is what he did or this is what she did, and then you can see and track. Maybe you track the standard deviation, you track everything, whatever you want, but ultimately if the alpha is the truth, right? Now this I can't say about influencers. They can come and say, oh, you should do SIP is good in the long run, but that's too basic, right? Everybody knows SIP makes money in the long run for the AMC. Where is the doubt about that? So whether you will benefit, how will you benefit, whether 12% growth is enough when inflation is 4, or whether you have FOMO saying, oh my god, that guy got 18%, that girl got 36%, those kind of returns are also there, and they are also flouted. Then there are people who say we can check your portfolio and tell you which fund schemes you should keep and which you should sell. Give me a break. None of us have the ability to look into the future and say what will happen. I have looked at the fund managers, met them, had the luck of meeting them, talking to them and convinced about their styles, and then I have invested, right? So when I bought a bank for 150 rupees, I spoke to one fund manager and he asked, when will you sell it? I said, at doubling I'll sell it. So at 300 I should have sold, and he smiled and he said, just wait, let it double twice and then let's talk again. So today if that share is at 600, and well, I should now be considering selling it, right? So that's what we spoke about. Now these kind of people are the ones who have been in the market, done there, right? Been there, done that, right? That kind of stuff. Now if somebody just comes and says, oh, this is what you should do, then it is gyan. It is like, I keep saying, it is like you have to decide whether to listen to a minister or to a king. The minister gives advice, there is no doubt that the minister does research, etc. But the king has actually taken the advice and implemented it. So the king's advice is always better than the minister's advice, because minister's advice is theory. So many people who are influencers are not people who have actually been there, done that. They just talk about it. Then they say, oh, I have this much portfolio, this is how I created. I know people who have inherited some money. I know people who have married some money. So these are not people who have really created that money from the market. These are people who have maybe earned some money in the market, but largely textbook theories, spoken to friends and things like that, and then they are now influencers. They could even be financial advisors, they could be distributors, RIA, any of those things. You have to check out their track record of what they have done and not what they have said. Are they marketing the walk which they may have had in the past, or are they walking the walk and walking the talk, right? Are they really doing those things? That is what you have to look for. So remember, I said high quality financial education is needed to be able to discern the advice that is being given, for you to know who is in a fiduciary capacity to give you advice. Why people like me cannot give you advice, I can only say broad things. People come and ask me, should I invest in this, should I invest in that? That's not a question which I should be answering according to the regulation that we have, according to the regulator, that is the SEBI that we have. I should not be doing this. But where is the high quality financial education available? Well, you could look at CFAs, which is a Chartered Financial Analyst. You could look at CFPs, which is Certified Financial Planners, or you could look at Chartered Accountants or engineers or anybody who has done some of it and are now practicing, or now are influencers or whatever. But again, the fear is how much of that gyan is applicable to you. Is it really applicable to you? The question that you are actually not asking is this fund suitable for me, right? Is ICICI Prudential Value Discovery a good fund? That's not what you're asking. Yes, of course it's a good fund. Is it appropriate for me? If you have a portfolio of 10 crores, out of which 5 crores is in ICICI Value Discovery, then ICICI Value Discovery is not suitable for you. You already got a concentrated portfolio where 50% of your money is in one fund. That is not the purpose. The purpose is to say, yes, it's a good fund, but it's not appropriate for you. Right? That is the question that you are asking, and that question can be answered only by a person who knows you well, who knows your portfolio, who knows when you need the money. It cannot be by a journalist writing for a magazine or a vlogger like me making a blog. We can't give specific advice to you. That is the problem, and some of us are perhaps not even capable of doing that. Though we may not admit, because we are high fee charging speakers, so we will not want to admit that we are not capable of doing that. But if I am not updated myself, perhaps I am not capable of doing that. Perhaps if I don't know how to make a will, I can just tell you, make a will. How to make a will is completely up to you, right? So in the US, there is one degree which I find very nice, is the personal financial specialist, which is a CPA. So which means it's like equivalent to saying, when a chartered accountant in India decides that he wants to practice in the personal financial space, he can go and do a course from the same institute, the Institute of Chartered Accountants, which says, okay, here is the personal financial specialist who knows what is goal setting, who knows what is will making, etc., etc., right? Like a GP saying, okay, I can do this for you, I can do this for you, this I can guide you how to do it, right? That kind of a thing. A degree which gives you that, or a not a degree, a certificate which is a 6-month certificate or an exam certification, something like that, unfortunately does not exist in India. So high quality financial education to do personal finance does not exist in India, because it's not a well-paying job. Not too many financial advisors or registered investment advisors make the kind of money. Today a fresh chartered accountant who's a rank holder or who's first attempt perhaps makes about 20-22 lakhs to start with. That's an amazing salary. There is no way how an RIA can make that, maybe not in the first 10 years, right? So if it is going to take you 10 years to do that, who wants to come into this? That's another problem that we have. We don't have a proper qualification because it's not such a paying job. It's a catch-22 situation. Honestly done, it's not a paying job. Why people like me would never want to get into that area, right? So you have a challenge here, that you have to go to a good person who is capable of doing that, who will charge you a fee, but that fee is regulated by SEBI saying, oh, you cannot charge a fee beyond that. So it stops good quality people from coming into it. So not too many registered investment advisors. CFP coming into it, yes, maybe, but India does not have the rigor of testing them, taking them to court, saying he gave me wrong advice or she gave me wrong advice. We have not gone through that rigor. So don't compare the CFP of US to the CFP of India. The CFP of US has been tested in the courts, has been their own forums have sentenced people. We are nowhere near there. So yes, my advice is this: you need good quality financial advice from people who are capable and people who are fiduciary. I have no clue where to find them, but I don't need to, because I can do it myself. But you need to, and I honestly do not know where to find them. Definitely they are not available in the public space of influencers, etc. You will have to search hard. Searching for them online as influencers or writers of articles, etc., is actually just an invitation for you to please come to me, I'm great, kind of an ad. I have no clue whether that will work. Thank you.